This is the Overdue Homework Podcast.
Welcome to the show. I'm Drew.
And I'm Trav.
This is the Overdue Homework Podcast, and this is a very special episode. It's the bonus episode, first 100 Retrospective. So we're going to do 10-minute segments from 9 different episodes, and we're starting off with the introduction, so you will feel my embarrassment through your headphones, I'm sure, as you are listening to this.
Going all the way back to intro episode.
It's not good. I listened to it. It's not good, Trev. So with all of that out of the way, let's get on over to that segment from the introduction.
So we'll lose all the listeners in the first 10 minutes.
Maybe. Possibly.
Possibly.
Introduction time.
I love Dragon Ball Super. I rewatched DBZ Dragon Ball Super. I've got a Vegeta tattoo on my right leg. I got a Goku tattoo on my left leg.
Some bad A tattoos. That's 100% the truth.
For sure. Shout out Grey Duck tattoo.
Hey, free plug is a good deal.
For my second show, non-animated, but Friends. Friends is a show I grew up with. My dad watched it from the very beginning, 94. So I've had it in my life my entire life. I still consider it my favorite comedy of all time. It's my comfort show. I put it on and throw a 30-minute timer when I go to bed. Always watch an episode of Friends before I go to bed. Never gets old for me.
Is Friends your The Office?
Friends is my The Office, but I love The Office too.
Yeah.
I love a lot of sitcoms, but yeah, Friends is my end-all be-all for
That's
sure.
awesome.
If I had to pick one to live with for the rest of my life, it'd be Friends. I've seen it the most.
How many times do you think you've seen the series completely?
From beginning to end, being generous, I've probably seen it through 25 times.
Whoa. I did not expect 25.
So many times. I mean, more than that if you can count all the reruns on TV where they skip holiday episodes and certain episodes and stuff. But since it being on Netflix, and then I bought it on Blu-ray when it got taken off of Netflix, and introducing this friend to it and this person to it, 25 times. And I feel like I'm being modest.
Do you have a favorite episode? I want a favorite episode, and I want your favorite friend.
Ooh. Favorite friend is probably Joey, even though Joey, it's like 1A and Chandler's 1B for me, for sure. But I love all of them. Ross doesn't get enough love either. I love Ross. Favorite episode? God, that's next to impossible, but if I have to, the first episode I think of when I think if I want to put one on and I just want to laugh is the engagement episode. So the first episode of season 7, when Monica's engaged and Joey gets a job playing a 19-year-old, and that's just too much. Chandler playing PS1 in the background, and he comes out with his boxers tucked into his shirt and his New York Knicks jersey, and I love that whole episode. And that's where Rachel brings up to Ross bonus night, and then he gets all, we're gonna score again, and that does not happen. There's just too many good things in that episode.
Random question: what happened to his monkey? Like in the series,
his monkey started humping everything.
Oh yes, they had to put a diaper on him for that reason.
Well, no, they didn't have to put a diaper on him for that reason. But he was pooping in Monica's shoes. And all this stuff. He lost the monkey once, and then he got sent to a zoo because of the humping issue. He had to get rid of him, and then eventually his monkey becomes famous later in the show, and he's the Monkey Shine Monkey for some beer company later. And that's a pretty funny episode too.
Oh, that's good. I like that a lot.
And then for my final show, rounding out the 90s, I'm actually surprised I don't have any Nicktoons on my list, but Ed, Ed, and Eddie, 1999.
1999. We ventured to guess at that. We ventured to guess at that at one point, but 99 on the nose.
I think because I was 10 years old, so I was a little bit older when this aired. I've just got more recollection of funny episodes of this show. So.
Yeah, that show is classic, and it was one that I ran into a little bit later in life. Like I bet I started watching that maybe in about 2007 or 2008 in reruns on Cartoon Network. And that show's really good. That's really, really
It's really
good.
good.
It really is. It's very funny. It still holds up to this day. It's a very
Yep.
good show.
What do you got for me, Drew?
Well, for TV, number one with a bullet is probably is. I keep saying is probably. It's number one on my list, so it definitely is number one. Rocco's Modern Life, and that ran from
Rocko's Modern Life.
that ran from 92 to 96, and I think of like podcast day is a very dangerous day. That show, the Suckomatic, that first episode where he gets that vacuum, mail order vacuum,
Yep.
and ends up destroying the world basically with it. And the whole thing, Filbert, turn the page, wash your hands. Turn the page, wash your hands. That show, it was
And then Heifer.
Heifer, constantly eating at Choky Chicken, which if you only saw the last few seasons, it was renamed to Chewy Chicken because KFC did not like the name Choky Chicken.
Yeah.
And Heifer literally dies in one of the episodes by choking on a whole chickens. Goes and sees Peaches and HE double hockey sticks, which that was the word hell was written in that episode, and there was just a single line through the double L's when it aired originally, which is unbelievable to think that
Would
the word,
never happen now.
No, the
That'd
word
be
hell.
canceled before it's even out.
Yes. That show was definitely the Ren and not Ren and Stimpy light, but it wasn't quite as gross as Ren and Stimpy, but there was definitely plenty of adult jokes in
yes.
Rocco's Modern Life. My number two is going to be Star Trek The Next Generation. It was something that I watched occasionally. I believe it was on at 9 p.m. When I was a kid. So I'd watch it occasionally when I would be up late or something like that. It was more revisited when I was a little bit older and watched it a lot more in reruns. And then, of course, once it made its way to Netflix, I decided to really buckle down and watch the whole series. I slept through a fair number of episodes, especially in those first seasons, and I'm definitely not going to go back and watch them. They were fairly boring for the most part, but as a whole, Star Trek: The Next Generation is hard to beat for hard sci-fi, as they say. Not so much on the fantasy side. It's trying to be based in technology,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is Next Generation the one that has Xavier from X-Men?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
I was
okay.
like, see,
Xavier.
I just saw the Batman today, and there is a preview where Professor Xavier makes an appearance in voice only.
Oh.
Yes, that's all I'm gonna leave it at. So that's what I went to right away. I didn't think about Jean-Luc
Gonna
Picard.
do me like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do you like that, I guess. Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, perennial Star Trek star, as much as he may not like it. I mean, he did go back to the role now on not on Paramount Plus. It's on CBS. Is that Paramount Plus?
It is Paramount
It used
Plus
to be
now.
CBS All Access.
Yes.
Now it's on Paramount Plus, and I have not watched that at all. But I really want to watch that because I'd really love to see where that last two-parter with Jean-Luc Picard and Q went after. I'd really like to see where that went. But yeah, Star Trek: The Next Generation is a solid number 2 for me. I just absolutely love that series from beginning to end, even in all its hokiness and all its sound studio shooting. Like, it was just, it was very, very TV for the time. And then my third is going to be Cowboy Bebop, anime, Suncoast. Can't remember the name of it right now, I guess. But 1998, I discovered that one on television on Adult Swim. And when those first notes from Yoko Kanno's Tank are in that opening, it's just goosebumps. Just thinking about it right now, it's just goosebumps.
So we both have a Toonami show.
Yes, both have a Toonami show. Just anytime I hear, let's get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. It's just like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait. Like, and interestingly enough, in a YouTube video that I just saw, I found out that Pierre LeFou, which is my favorite episode of Cowboy Bebop, about this government test subject that is basically granted superhuman powers and goes crazy and goes on a giant killing rampage. The name is from a 1960s French art house film, and I had no idea that was a thing. So on Pierre LeFou, I guess I have to watch this thing because I would estimate that the episode and the character was named this for some reason in relation to the movie that was made in the 60s.
For sure.
Are you ready to move on to video games?
I am.
All right, let's hear them. Top 3 video games.
Video games, top 3. All Super Nintendo games. First game, Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Classic.
Still play it to this day. One of my favorite couch co-op games. Second game, Secret of Mana. Mana. I say Mana.
Me too. I say
Some
Mana.
Some people say Mana.
I think it's Mana.
We're going with Mana. Secret of Mana.
It'll be Mana forever on this podcast.
The cool thing about that game too, when I was a kid, is it was 3-player if you had the multi-tap for the Super Nintendo.
So you could use the multi-tap, but it was only 3-player.
It was only 3-player. There's only 3 characters. You got your main badass fighter, and then you've got the mage, and then she's your cleric. So whoever's third gets stuck with the cleric.
It's one that I never played, but I definitely need to play it. But I'll have to play it probably on an emulator because the copies are ridiculously expensive. I guess I could borrow it from you, but I would feel bad if something happened to it.
Otherwise, it's on PlayStation 4 as well too.
Oh, well,
remade in 3D.
Oh,
and then for rounding out the list, Super Mario All-Stars. 4 games in one, mostly for Super Mario 3. One of my favorite games ever, but I got the Super Mario All-Stars before I ever had any of the Nintendo games, so that was the first time I had played them, and then I went backwards. So,
do you think that was something that was pretty common for people that are in your age group, that they may not have played those on the NES, but then they got the All-Stars?
I think so, yeah.
All-Stars. I keep saying like All-Stars.
All-Stars.
Yeah. All-Stars.
Yes,
yeah.
All-Stars. I think so. Well, at least for me, I was an only child, so I didn't have any older brothers. I mean, there were certainly some people that had. That was our introduction episode, and up next is Batman and Robin episode 5.
We did it.
But it's one thing that he can pull this off by the big toe on each foot and hold her up. I don't care how confident you are dangling this girl. There's no way you're going to spend an extra second with some wasted dialogue. You're going to get her up and then give your cheesy line to try to win her over.
Which he was holding her by one hand.
One hand.
They never
and
show
2 toes.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep. Okay. They
All
never
right.
show how they never show how they get back up there either. Which,
Nope.
Whatever, I guess. Back at Bruce Manor, Barbara is back. So I've noticed in these last 4 episodes that I have been saying quite a few times, Wayne Manor. And
Manor.
I'm not getting the R in there, and that's frustrating. And it's too late to do anything about it now, obviously.
We're way too deep.
Way too deep. So I apologize to anybody that's probably bugging. So back at Wayne Manor, Barbara comes clean to Dick about everything, and we find out that Alfred is dying and that Barbara is there to take him with her. She is not into servitude, apparently.
Nope.
Not one bit. That was, I guess, an interesting scene. And Batman, or Bruce Wayne, was just standing in the shadows like, actually, he's dying. How do you know? I just know. But now I really know because I heard you guys talking about it.
Yeah, now it's for sure.
Now it's
about
for sure.
95%.
Thankfully, at this time, we get to see Ivy break Freeze out. She poses as his sister in full costume, and they're like, yeah, you're the same lady at the auction, right?
Yeah.
Come on up. You're his sister? What a coincidence.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ventura gets killed, so he must have, Schwarzenegger must have only got him like a 2-scene deal or something, because the other dude that's with him is also another guy that's in a bunch of those 80s movies where Schwarzenegger and Ventura are in them together.
Okay.
So I'm sure he got them the jobs, because like 2 that I can think of right off the top of my head is they're in Predator together.
Okay.
I think all 3 of them are in Predator. And then they are also in The Running Man together, which are both really good candidates for this podcast. I especially love The Running Man, which is a Stephen King short story.
Which is good because I haven't seen that. I've seen Predator, but I haven't seen that.
The Running Man, I love that movie. That was one of those movies where the first time I saw it was all edited up on like a Saturday, Saturday presentation theater.
Yeah.
Where it'd be like it'd be like an hour and a half of movie over 4 hours because there was a commercial break every 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
But she'd sit there and watch the whole thing because there
Yep.
was nothing else to do on a rainy
Exactly.
Saturday, or in my case, just like any Saturday because I stayed inside a lot.
So many commercials.
So
that
many
we've watched in our
commercials.
lives.
So
It's
many
crazy.
commercials.
Everyone's spoiled now.
Everybody is spoiled. Although you heard Netflix is going to come out with a commercial version, right?
Yeah, for the cheapos.
For the cheapos.
that complain when it goes at
Uh,
$16.
And when they finally figure out how to thwart all the password sharing,
Yeah.
which is coming.
Yep.
So Ventura is killed. We get a flash over to the criminal property locker. And we get to see other stuff from the other villains before Bane breaks in there. We see the Riddler's costume.
Yep.
We see Two-Face's costume. We don't see anything from the Joker. We don't see anything from the Penguin. We don't see anything from Catwoman. Joker and Penguin are dead. So nothing should be in there, right?
Right.
Catwoman is most likely not dead. Well, we know from the end of Returns that she's not dead.
Right.
So there should be nothing in there.
Correct.
Right? Two-Face we thought was dead.
Right.
So Two-Face is not dead. If
That
he's in
is-
Arkham Asylum.
That's true. Holy
'Cause
cow. I
why
didn't
would-
even think of that.
Two-Face is not dead. So
Okay.
Two-Face ain't
So
dead.
literally that coin landed in the hand that saved him.
It did. It saved him, I guess. So that's just kind of an interesting thing. Whether or not that was intentional or not, that's what I drew from it, at least.
Yeah, that's cool.
Bane breaks in, like I said, to get Freeze his suit. And then freezes the pipes, which explodes a hole in the wall because Bane couldn't bust through the reinforced steel.
Yep.
And then they all jump to their deaths. I mean, right?
Yeah, seemingly. Seemingly.
But I guess not really, because
Yeah.
it seemed like they jumped to their deaths. I figured they jumped to their deaths. I'm like, oh, movie's over. All right, they all dead.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that coming.
They make it back to Freeze's hideout somehow, though, I guess, because that was the plan. They were going to go, she was going to go, he was going to help her. She was going to help him get back to his hideout to get his stuff, basically.
Yeah.
And that's when she finds out about his half-dead wife. Batman and Robin are there also, and they discover Nora Freeze. It's the first time we get to really see her for a prolonged period of time. Ivy lures Batman and Robin underground with some more pheromones, and so Freeze then has the opportunity to get his diamonds and his freezing engine back. Downstairs in the, I don't know what that, I suppose it was an ice cream factory. It looked like, I guess that's probably where all the ice cream was being made.
Yeah.
They get to face off against Bane, Batman, and Robin do, and they're both defeated really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of take them on one at a time, and when one's down, Ivy's trying to seduce and kiss one of them, and then when the other one's down, she's trying to do the same thing.
Yep.
Luckily, Batman doesn't fall for it, but Ivy ends up being able to convince Robin that he needs to go solo, and that come work with me almost, right? Like he's
Yeah. She
kinda-
wants to kill you, dick.
So then after everybody else has been trying to kill them, they kind of try to kill each other, and Robin gets dunked, and then he's like, I'm out of here. I'm going solo.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Then we get to see Ivy unplug Nora, which becomes pivotal later in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Back at the Turkish bath, Freeze has made himself at home, and Ivy tells him that his wife is dead, and she proves it by presenting the necklace, which she got in there and got it out of there. Whatever. Freeze is really out for blood now, and he wants to freeze all of Gotham and the world. The bones will turn to ice. That's what he wants to do to them.
I love it.
Ivy then wants to repopulate the world with snake plants, and they would be their subjects.
Yeah, I wrote down earlier, world domination, what is the point, passed down to your children, ultimately, okay, so you're dominating the world, and now what?
Now you got a whole bunch of snake plants running around that are probably going to bite you in your sleep.
Yep, cool.
Sweet.
Definitely legendary.
Definitely legendary. We find out after that Alfred has McGregor syndrome, for sure. And Dick and Bruce are still fighting over Ivy. Dick really wants to go do his own thing. Alfred now gives Barbara his CD, presumably on his deathbed.
Yep.
And he makes it so that she can give it to Wilfred. Then we get to go straight on over to the We get to go straight on over to the observatory dedication. We see Ivy as Pamela there to seduce Gordon for the bat signal, and he easily obliges.
Oh, yeah.
She was going to kill him with a kiss, but she had second thoughts. You're way too old for me. She did some weird British accent during it, too. I was like, why do you do that? Why do you keep doing that?
Yeah.
You're way too old for me. And it wasn't any better the second time I did it. Bane manages to steal the bat signal, the whole bat signal. So he couldn't bust through that reinforced steel, but he was able to lift that 4-ton bat signal. Barbara, we're then back at Wayne Manor, and Barbara's like, well, I'm family, so I'm going to bust into this thing, even though my uncle asked me specifically not to do that.
Yep.
She boots it right up, and then she starts trying password after password. The computer, I looked it up, and it's not, but the computer to me sounded like the same actress that did the computer in Star Trek The Next Generation and a lot of other Star Trek stuff. I really thought it was. It was enough for me to like go to Google and figure it out, and it wasn't in her filmography, so I'm assuming it's not then. Somebody that just sounds a lot like her.
Once again, we get this incredible security system down there in the Batcave. Just alert, intruder. But it just brings everything up for you to access.
Right,
but, okay.
right. That's pretty crazy. Bruce and Alfred, they have a heart-to-heart, and there's some real emotion in this scene.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
This is kind of like a pivotal moment where Clooney kind of wins me over as Bruce Wayne, at least here.
He almost squeezes out a tear, too.
Yeah.
It's like right there.
Yeah.
He never gets it to drop, but he almost squeezed out that tear. It's so close. I was like, come on, get it there, get it. He never gets it. Then we get to see Barbara again trying more passwords. So she tries England, she tries Margaret, and she tries Peg. And the three-letter one is the password.
There it is.
Passwords in the 90s were stupid.
Yes, they were.
And then the CD reveals all the secrets of Batman and the Batcave and everything to Barbara, which I had no idea that laptop screens projected images onto people's faces.
Yep, me neither.
The second time I watched that, I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Plain and simple. Oh, man. We get to see the Robin signal right after that, and Batman and Robin are continuing to fight over Ivy. He's like, it's a Robin signal or not a bat light.
Yeah.
You just listened to it, but I'm going to tell you again. That was episode 5, Batman and Robin. Up next is one of Trav and I's most favorite episodes of all time, a 10-minute segment of Top Gun. It was episode number 9. So here you go. Charlotte has to criticize Maverick about his flying and basically saying he did it all wrong. Like he got the result that they wanted, but he did it all wrong. You know? He seems pretty hurt about it, and he's going to be a real ass about it, apparently.
Yeah, he is.
She tries to reason with him after class, but he decides to rev his motorcycle instead.
Yeah, and just takes off. Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
What does she do? She burns the hell out and takes right off after.
Yeah, and that was a sweet Porsche, classic Porsche that she was in.
Yeah, it was.
So she catches up with him, and basically it comes down to she doesn't want people to know that they're involved. And that's why she had to be extra hard on him, because actually what I thought you did was brilliant up there, but I can't, blah, blah, blah.
People can't know I'm falling for you.
Right. But that's all Mav needs.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah, it's on.
It's sexy time, PG style.
Yeah, PG style, definitely.
I also read, I don't remember what article I read this in, but this was a reshoot. They added this in after the movie was completed. This wasn't actually in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, so this is a reshoot. It was added in. You didn't even get a Tom Cruise butt in it. Like, couldn't you at least get a Tom Cruise butt in this scene? One butt? One butt. That's all I was asking
I'm pretty
for.
surprised.
The kissing was weird because they were like licking each other's faces.
Yeah.
Kind of made me think of Catwoman and Batman a little bit.
A little bit.
But you get more Take My Breath Away, which I am a fan of. I
love that song.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. I just love that song so much.
Definitely.
The whole soundtrack, like, it's just all a synth. Like, it's one dude on a giant synth, I'm sure. And I love that synth bass. I just love everything about it.
In the words of Drew, it gives me goosebumps. Seriously.
It seriously does.
Hit me with Danger Zone multiple times and Take My Breath Away. It was a perfect song for that scene.
It really was. And he's gone the next morning. Leaves a note and a flower and a rose, but we don't get to see what the note says.
No.
I Googled it trying to find it, and I have no idea what it said. So, now we're going to be heading right back into the air. And we get a really famous line. I feel the need for speed.
Boom. And that was actually, side note, my favorite season of watching football was the 2009 season. The Minnesota Vikings had Brett Favre and Jared Allen and Kevin Williams. I know you got to be a Minnesota fan to maybe know who they are, but my favorite highlight was those two doing the high five and the low five that Tom Cruise and Goose do and saying that line. And I had no idea it was from Top Gun because I've never seen Top Gun, so it just made it so much more badass in my mind.
This movie is iconic.
Super iconic.
Straight up iconic. And now all these points in your life can be drawn together into one movie.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy. We get another voiceover from Jester. Training is half over. First place, Iceman. Second place, Maverick. And then Viper's in the air today, so that's exciting. And you get holy it's Viper. There are a lot of S words in this movie for a PG. A lot of S words.
Yep.
Maverick leaves his wingman Hollywood immediately, basically, to go after Viper. Viper is his eyes on the prize. That's what he wants. He wants to get a kill on Viper.
Never leave your wingman.
Never leave your wingman, because there's Jester, because Jester took care of Hollywood, no problem. And then there's Jester. You're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead. So hit the showers, boys.
Yep.
It's one more instance. Jester confronts him in the shower. It's one more instance of Maverick doing a great job, saying he's a great pilot, but you made all the mistakes. Every mistake you could make, you made it, but you're a great pilot. You
looked good doing it.
You looked good doing it. And Goose is even more down on Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
Maverick tries to apologize, and he's like, I know, Maverick. I know.
Yeah.
Like, woof, that's like
I've heard it before, man.
It's like I'm not mad at you. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, which is worse.
It's just way worse. I do get the sense, though, that he still trusts Maverick, if not because of having to be able to do his job. He has to be able to trust his pilot because he's not flying the plane.
Right.
Or if he, having enough experience with Maverick, understands that Maverick's a good dude, he just needs to make the right decisions.
Yeah, I'm sure it's both, but
Probably.
you certainly don't want to portray not being confident in your pilot.
That's
before
very
you
true.
Go up there too, so you kind of blow over it. And
yeah, that's very true. That's exactly what you would have to do to keep the working relationship going. Otherwise, it's not going to work out between the two of them. We get some goodness gracious great balls of fire, and they're on a double date at a public bar on base, and she was concerned about them knowing that they're together.
Yeah.
Charlotte was concerned about them knowing that her and Maverick were together.
Apparently not anymore.
That was a fun scene. It's a little, instead of comedy in this movie, it's like broken up with musical numbers to relieve the stress, which is fine. They're entertaining and they're fun, but there's not a whole lot of really comedic lines in the movie.
Yeah. I really like that scene, though.
Yeah, it's a really, another scene to make you really feel for Goose and his family.
Yeah.
Make you really feel for him. So Maverick and Charlotte are out of there, and we get some more awkward kissing on the dock.
Yep.
Very
awkward.
It was just weird kissing on the dock. Finally, we're going to be back up in the air, which I'm always happy to talk about. 2 weeks to graduation, Hop 31. Every point counts. For the first time, we get to see Maverick and Goose fly with Iceman and Slider, so this should be a treat. It's always you get the top two up there in the air. I'm sure since it's the 31st hop and the last one, he describes it as the 16th hop, so I'm sure they have flown together before, but it's the first time we get to see it.
Right.
Iceman takes the lead on the bogeys, and Mav is not a fan. That SOB cut me off.
Yeah, seriously.
Iceman refuses to come off of the bogey when he obviously can't get a shot on it. But when he finally does, I don't know if it's a case of him coming off too late or Maverick being too aggressive. They end up in Iceman's jet wash, and it's just pure disaster.
Pure disaster.
And they get the first engine flames out, which sends them into that flat spin, and both engines get killed, and they're spinning so fast that neither of them can get to the ejection handles. Maverick's pinned up against the canopy, so Goose has to pull the handles in the back, and even as he's pulling it, you hear Maverick say, "Watch out for the canopy," but Goose, he hits that canopy full force, and I'm assuming he died, if not instantly, very quickly after that.
Right, yeah. God, that was just brutal to watch.
Very
seriously.
brutal. And then when they pull him out of the water, is that actually how it would be done? Just like
Yeah,
him
just I thought the same thing. You're just gonna wheel his dead hanging body
My
up there?
gosh, that was tough to watch.
That was really tough to watch.
Yeah, it was a very emotional scene. Tom Cruise did a really good job in the water with it. It was a very emotional scene.
Really good scene. The first time I watched it, I was more in shock than anything because I told you earlier in the movie I thought Goose is dying for sure. And then I get to a point where I'm like, nope, Goose isn't going to die. And then sure enough, he does. But I analyzed the scene a lot more the second time. And the first time, I thought it was more Maverick's fault. The second time watching it, I mean, clearly, Iceman, what do you need 20 seconds for? I mean, get the hell out of the way if you're not going to do it. But also, Goose was egging Maverick on to go for it. He was like, come on, Maverick, let's go get the shot. Let's get the shot. Come on. So, God, it's like all three of them's fault. But it doesn't make it any easier to take.
No.
I definitely was welling up the second time because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And, it's a sad-ass scene.
It
man.
really, really, really is.
This is probably the most likable character in the movie.
Heck yeah, he is.
You know?
Yeah, he's probably like the most relatable character
Definitely.
to the audience.
Right, yeah. He's
Yeah.
like the average Joe who's
Yeah.
just up there having a good time, you know. Like,
There's a couple of comments in the movie where they even say, like, you're here? Like,
right.
You're lucky you're Maverick's radar intercept officer.
Right,
Maverick obviously blames himself, you know?
right.
Obviously blames himself. And we get that scene in the bathroom where Viper's in there and he says to him, you fly long enough, something like this happens.
Here's that butt shot you were talking about.
There's that butt shot.
The whitey tighties.
Yeah, it was whitey tighties. So that was, I'll appreciate a Tom Cruise butt shot any day.
Oh, yeah.
Maverick goes to Goose's quarters, and is he taking those things for himself? Is he gathering them for or Goose's wife?
I'm guessing. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But he does have the balls to go see her.
I know.
You could tell he was debating it. I don't think he was gonna go until after he was about to exit where Goose's quarters were.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, she probably doesn't know the full spectrum of what happened, but I was a little surprised that she wasn't harder on Maverick.
Yeah, and I think that comes, like, you kind of understand that when she says that Goose would have kept flying without you. He would have hated it, but he would have kept flying.
Right.
So it's almost like she understands the risk that both of these men were taking.
Yeah.
It's a super dangerous business, and I would have expected a little more anger out of her too.
That's like the usual thing you would expect. If she takes it out on him and then maybe comes around later in the movie. But it's pretty cool that she's, that understanding of the situation, because that would have tore Maverick up even more, obviously.
It would have, for sure. Do you think that maybe even goes as far as the Navy saying that she can't be angry about it when in this movie? She can't be angry about it. These men know what they're getting into.
Possibly. That makes sense.
So I that thought crossed my mind when I was watching it, one of the watch-throughs I was doing. I'm like, is that maybe a product of that relationship with the Navy, that they can't even do that to show it in a negative light?
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it was an interesting reaction. I would have expected more anger out of her.
Yeah, and like you said, Viper tells him, that happens. You got to get over it, and it's like time to move on.
Mm-hmm. And they do move on because we're in court immediately, and Lieutenant Pete Mitchell is not at fault. Flight status is restored.
Get him up in the air. And that was our Top Gun episode, and up next is the most downloaded episode in the history of the podcast, The Cable Guy.
Doesn't want any of that stuff.
Right.
Rightly so, it turns out.
Yeah, rightly so.
Chip says he'll get the stuff out by the weekend. The next day, Chip calls Steven at his office and poses as Robin, because that's the only way that,
I knew that'd get through to you.
And again, promises to have the hi-fi equipment out by the weekend. But Chip's got a bigger idea ready to go for Steven, and that is a karaoke party. Let's break the cherry on that karaoke machine. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Tomorrow night, a karaoke jam, your place. No ifs, ands, or buts. Well, maybe a few butts. Big ones.
Big ones.
It's a great line. I hope that was ad-libbed for some reason or another, because that's just a great line.
That
I think
seems
that's
like
hilarious.
a very Jim Carrey ad-lib.
It really does. Now we get to move on to the party, and the party's kind of a big deal. It's sets a big piece for the ending of the film, really.
American Woman. That guy's hilarious.
That is pretty dang good. Steven's on the phone with Robin. Robin's going out on a date, and that put poor Steven in the dumps.
Yes,
but Chip is there, and he heard the conversation. This is just a sign you need to get out and live a little. Steven agrees and hands Chip a self-help tape to help with Chip's lisp. Chip's lisp.
Just yeah, and normally I would assume that'd be offensive to somebody, but not to Chip.
Not to Chip,
He's breaking down.
especially for how badly he took it when they were at the satellite dish.
Yeah, exactly.
But now Chip, go ahead.
Now he thinks he actually cares about him.
Exactly.
He thinks Steven gives a crap. So
Exactly, and it seems like they're becoming good friends.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this to yourself, Steven? There have been many, many red flags. You've like kicked him out of your life twice already,
yeah,
and now you're giving him gifts?
yeah.
That just shows Chip's manipulative abilities.
Talking to your brother about this guy.
Exactly.
This,
Exactly. But now we get to meet Heather.
Heather.
She's on you like a lampshade. I'd strike where the iron is hot if I was you. He who hesitates masturbates. And Heather is obviously D2P. That is for sure.
Yes.
But we get to see Rick, and he's kind of a moment of reasoning for us, even as for the audience sake, because we as the audience can see that all of this stuff is not adding up to be good for Steven.
Yeah.
And Rick is able to express those feelings for us.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Rick is there to express those feelings for us. And he's the only one in the whole movie that even thinks
Anything
about
Yeah.
it that is bad.
Which is incredibly weird. But again, if he's given enough free cable to enough people know to keep him at phase distance or whatever.
Probably, right? Probably. But now it's time for one of the better parts of the whole movie. We get to see Chip's karaoke performance as requested by the police officer at the party.
Amazing. And is he singing in this scene?
So I think what we hear is him singing, but I don't think it's what was recorded when
Right.
they did the scene.
Right.
I think it's a recut.
It's him singing, but he's kind of mouth syncing or whatever.
So he probably sang it,
Yeah.
and then they had to go back in production, and he probably was watching the movie while
Sure.
he sang it again
Okay. Yeah.
to try to match the
Jazz
scene
it
as
up
much,
a little bit.
because he matched it really, really well.
Yeah.
He does a really good Grace Slick impression.
Yeah, he
which
does.
I really enjoyed the vibrato.
That's my favorite part with the throat.
So I wonder if he was doing that when he recorded it the whole time, because he
Yeah,
holds that the whole time.
Yeah.
So I wonder if with the finger on the throat, because you can't see what I'm doing, dear listener.
I can see.
Yes, you can. And it's another opportunity for Carrie to do some more physical humor, which is always a nice break. And it's straight comedy. There's nothing like you have to look into at all. It's straight comedy. So
Yeah.
you can laugh at it without thinking like, should I laugh at this?
Yeah.
Which is never really a bad thing, but it's also nice to just be able to laugh at it.
And now thinking about the people that are at the party, you said this is the cop's request. I think that cop is a security guard in Silence of the Lambs.
Really?
We're going to have to, I don't know when Silence of the Lambs came out, but if
Before this movie. I think it came out in 1992.
so
I might be wrong.
it's in our 20-year range.
Yes,
where we can
it
do
is.
movies. Perfect.
Yes,
Because
we
when
could.
we do that, that's going to be hilarious if that's the same cop. He's
Yes.
like, you got to come work with me on here because I love that movie.
It could be. And if we do that episode, it will be rated R.
Rated R. Hide your
Uh,
kids.
One of the funnier things about that too is everybody in the party is so into his performance.
Oh, yeah. Like, they
so
all love
into
him
it.
so much.
Right. Oh my goodness. But then we get to see Steven and Heather have moved into the bedroom, and Steven is getting a very sensual face massage.
Very sensual face massage.
That is the weirdest, like watching that again and again. I'm like, I don't get this part. Like, were you Matthew Broderick not in was Matthew Broderick not into doing something more physical?
He must not have been.
Was it for ratings purposes?
That probably makes the most sense.
It could be both, right?
Yeah.
But Chip gets that picture. They're not even kissing. She's just rubbing his face in the picture.
Yep.
But that's a blackmail Polaroid right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then they bang because, the next morning we find out that they banged.
Obviously, head caressing and facial massages leads to banging.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't see where else it would go.
I mean, obviously. I'm not going to go watch Sleepless in Seattle, that's for sure.
No. Speaking of, the next morning we get to see Ren and Stimpy on the TV.
Oh, man. That is so great to come after we've already done that episode.
I love
and
it.
I like that it's just the most random part, and he's dying laughing.
Yes, I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's still just the most random part.
Yeah.
I tried to figure out what episode it was. I couldn't figure it out. I researched it for all of 5 minutes, so I didn't really
Yeah.
look into it all that much.
But that's also one of the best scenes. I love that he's stayed overnight at Steven's.
Yep.
He's making his food,
Yeah.
bacon and eggs, and he puts the tiniest little bit of eggs on Steven's plate and all the rest on his, and he's just scarfing it down
Yes,
right away.
it's probably the only way he eats.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, we find out at that breakfast table that Heather is a prostitute. Prostitute.
Prostitute.
It was my treat, I buy this one. I buy this time, you buy next time. That was terrible. I buy this time, you buy next time.
What do you mean you're a treat?
Don't worry, she's clean. I tried her out last week. I'm as healthy as a horse.
Yeah.
Not a drip.
That was too much. That was way too much.
It's a great line, though.
It's great,
I love
but-
that line. And Steven is devastated.
Oh, yeah.
Robin cannot find out. And this was the last straw for Steven. Get out of my house. And then as I want to call him Chip. As Chip is getting forced out of the house, he says, why are you doing this, Steven? We were having breakfast. I made you scramby eggs.
Scramby eggs.
He even tries to walk back in, and Steven has to force him out again, which is really funny. With Chip kicked out of Steven's apartment, do you think Steven thinks that he is rid of Chip?
If he does, it just kind of proves how dumb he is in this movie. 'Cause
Agreed.
There's just no way he thinks he's actually done with him.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, maybe he believes in his head he can keep him at a distance now, but he's got to know deep down this guy is definitely stalking me.
Yes.
It's not over.
I would think that you would have to move.
Yeah,
Honestly.
seriously.
Honestly.
Change your number, your cable provider, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And as quickly as that scene ends, we are then all of a sudden at the restaurant where Robin is on the date with Owen Wilson and Chip in disguise.
Yeah.
I was confused at the time when this came about in this movie. Not the first time I watched, but the second time I watched it, I'm like, wait a second. She was going out on a date last night. Why is she going out on this date now? Like,
Right.
This seems weird. I don't understand why it's now instead of before, or why it wasn't interspersed within the party scenes, to see that they're both going on. Obviously, you can't do that because Chip needs to be there.
I suppose.
But it was just kind of weird. But upon rewatching, you hear Owen Wilson's character. He's credited as Robin's date in the movie.
Yeah.
That's all it is. He says, I apologize for yesterday. I came home from the gym and fell asleep.
Okay.
So
I didn't even catch that.
Now, they
Okay.
missed the date. This is the next day.
Sure.
So anyway, Chip has bribed the bathroom attendant to take a break. What do you think the bathroom attendant thought Chip was going to do?
Apparently, $20 is enough to not care. because
Apparently not.
I was surprised. I mean, it is 96, but geez, $20. He's like, all right, I'm out of here.
I guess maybe he thought Chip was going to do a whole bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess.
It was just such a weird thing. I was like, I would have been like, what are you going to do, buddy?
Yeah. And how funny is it, Owen Wilson being like the preppy, like good-looking date in a movie? I just think it's funny.
It is very funny. So Robin's date, he seems like a giant jerk and kind of a sleazeball, right?
Total douchebag.
The harassing the waiter, like that's
Yeah.
just insane. You think that would be like red flag enough for Robin to be like, yeah, this date is over.
Yeah. For the first time he does it, but then when
We're going to move it on up to episode 29, the never-ending story. This is the never-ending story, this podcast. This is the never-ending story. Bye-bye. Because he even says later on that he's never been to the Southern Oracle, so it basically revolves around the gate. So, lucky for Atreyu, he's landed with Felkor in the exact right spot he needs for his journey.
perfect.
Like I said, Engewook, he is an expert on the Southern Oracle. It's his scientific speciality. I enjoy that interaction where Atreyu's like in the doorway of their little cave thing, and Urgel is basically just ripping her husband apart and like mocking him, saying what he's going to say before he says it. And I really enjoy that. It's really funny, and the fact that Atreyu stuck with that potion that she gave him after she's like describing what's in it as he's drinking it. I guess it helped, maybe. It helped.
I mean, it must have. but holy cow.
We get to move up to that observatory now, which looks really fantastical and fantasy. There's a word in there.
There is a word somewhere in there.
Nope.
Phantasmable.
Fantasiful. That might be the word. I'm not gonna. It's not the word. I loved the look of that observatory, and it's like pseudo telescope thing that I don't understand how it works, but I still love it.
But it's still super
it's
cool.
Crystal based.
It's crystal based.
To the winch, wench.
To the winch, wench.
And the death of a knight of some kind or another. The Sphinx's eyes stay closed until one that doesn't feel his own self-worth tries to pass by.
Your
that
fancy armor won't protect you, knight.
It did not. So after watching that dude die, what does Atreyu say?
My turn.
I'm going to try it. Impulsive much?
Yeah.
Like, for real. I know you got a job to do, but maybe, like, take a second here.
Take a second, man.
You've been unconscious for, like, maybe the better part of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He might have some brain damage. I mean, he's
I'm going to go with he probably has some brain damage.
Engiwook does try to stop Atreyu. Man, Engiwook tries to stop Atreyu. These words, man. These words. I got to learn how to speak, I guess. He hasn't told him about the second gate yet. It's even worse than the first. Is it worse than the first?
Not really.
Not really. So Atreyu cannot be swayed. He is off, and he closes that gap up to that gate like in a hurry.
In a hurry.
So maybe that was some of the 7 minutes that was cut out of the movie. Maybe there was like 3 minutes of him walking,
running,
or just walking, sauntering to the gate through the sand,
debating whether or not he's gonna make it through.
Yeah, they cut out. That is the whole 7 minutes that got cut out, right? Just that section.
Just that section.
He's got like a 7-minute like internal monologue that we never get to hear with all this insight and everything. I hope that's what it is. That would be great.
It would be.
So this scene, though, does bring us to the fact that the author, Michael Ende, hated this movie. Absolutely hated this movie. And specifically hated this scene like the most of all. So ultimately, he didn't get, the author, Ende didn't get that to make a 2-hour movie out of a super rich and full book, stuff's not going to make the cut.
Yeah.
And you can't put it all in the movie. And he just didn't get it. So originally he was supposed to write the screenplay with Wolfgang Peterson, but Peterson was like, "You don't get it. You're fired. I'm going to write it with somebody else."
Jeez.
So they wrote it without him, and Ende didn't like it. And let me see here. Wolfgang Peterson was quoted as saying, "He was not a friend of ours." Sadly, though, Ende died in 1995, so he's long gone, R.I.P. But this scene specifically, he hated the most. This was like the scene that he hated the most. He is quoted as saying, "The Sphinxes are quite one of the biggest embarrassments of the film. They're full bosom strippers who sit there in the desert."
I mean, I did find it a little weird that there was movies.
Agreed. It was very weird. It's very weird, and I've always thought that it's weird that there's boobies in this movie, and it's a PG movie.
Yeah.
I know it's like a sculpture, but it's still super weird.
Yeah.
It's super weird.
I don't think it would be in a PG movie nowadays.
No way. No
Zero.
way in heck. Yeah, those little whatever things would have gone much farther down and covered them nipples.
Cover them nips.
So Atreyu makes it through the gate, but he didn't have the self-worth to make it through the gate. He's just super athletic.
He's just way athletic.
Because, I mean, they fired on him. So that means he didn't have the self-worth to make it through the gate.
Yeah.
Which is...
It's got a little Rico in it.
Got a little Rico. It's a cool scene nonetheless, though. I do like the scene, even though it's a little weird. You just don't expect to see that type of thing in a kid's film, for sure. And that burnt-up skeleton, that's a bit much, too, for a kid's film.
Yeah.
That was very realistic and gory.
Definitely.
That was very realistic and gory. So, after passing that gate, we quickly get up to the next gate.
Yep.
I'm assuming this is another instance where some of the movie was cut, probably an easy cut in between these two scenes. I would have liked to have seen maybe a minute of his adventure to the next gate just to see what he experienced, because according to what we see, he's trudging through a blizzard wearing a t-shirt and some leather pants. Like,
yeah.
that's just... I get it. It's a fantasy movie. Maybe that just is he climbed a mountain. Sure, if that makes sense. Climbed the mountain, it just got cold. But
Yeah.
just a minute of what his adventure was in between. A quick montage. Even
Quick
Rocky had a
montage.
montage.
Is this before or after he's looking in the mirror in the white room or whatever?
So this is that gate. This is
Okay,
where
yeah,
he's
yeah.
looking in the mirror
Yeah.
at that gate. He will have to face his true self. Confronted with their true selves, most men run away screaming.
So his true self is Bastion?
I guess that's
Because
what you
he's
would.
the reader
Right.
or whatever?
I would guess, and that makes sense.
So
I mean,
again,
that's
how
what
the hell was that written?
I agreed. Like
For Bastion.
for
I mean.
Bastion, how is he reading that?
Yeah.
Right. So that makes a Bastion Atreyu's true self. Does that make Atreyu Bastion's true self?
I
Because
mean,
they look at it. It seems like they look at each other.
Yeah.
Like, what is Bastion looking at? Is he just staring off into the distance while he's reading his book,
Yeah,
or is he like
right.
physically seeing something manifest in front of him?
right. Like, it seems to make sense, or at least what he wants his true self to be.
Yeah.
Like if he wasn't bullied and whatever. You know?
I think that is a reasonable explanation, that they're each other's true selves, or at least like the desired upon true selves
Yeah.
that they would like to be. That makes more sense for Bastion to Atreyu
Yeah.
versus Atreyu to Bastion.
And then Atreyu is looking at him like, silly, I am you. You are me.
Basically, right? The moment of realization kind of scares Bastion, though, and he chucks that book, right?
Yeah.
This has gone too far!
This has gone too far.
Throw this book!
It's too confusing.
I'm too confused. I need a thesaurus. But the story has to finish, so...
Yes. Sorry, Bastion. Get back to reading that book.
What if they really do know about me in Fantasia? And Atreyu passes through the mirror. So that represents, like, him, like, I don't
know.
Because all of a sudden he's just at the Oracle.
I rewatched that. I rewatched the movie, obviously, but that part specifically, I'm like, is there something I'm missing? And that's really all I can get. And like you said, then he just goes through and, okay.
So if I had to guess, the 7 minutes of movie that have been cut out are from the observatory to the first gate, from
Yep.
the gate to the mirror gate,
Yep.
from the mirror gate to the Southern Oracle.
Yeah.
That is probably the 7 minutes of movie
Yeah,
in there that's been
solid
cut out.
2, 2, and 3 out
Two,
of each
2,
of
and
them
3.
scenes.
Couldn't you show me 2 seconds of Atreyu stepping out of a mirror on the other side?
Something.
Just stepping out of the mirror.
Where is he landing?
That would be great. That would be great. So yeah, we just get to see Atreyu walking up on the Southern Oracle. It is a super cool shot.
Yeah.
I think that the blue hue is just mysterious and really, really cool looking. It's like the first gate is like a rare, and the
Yeah.
second gate
Yeah.
is like an ultra rare.
Yeah,
Right? That's
definitely.
what it kind of felt like.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of felt like to me. Is it confusing that the first gate and the Oracle are the same thing but different colors?
Sort of.
It's sort of confusing. The color difference is enough to make it, but it feels not as like, I don't know, like you'd think that there should be a little bit of a wow moment to what the Southern Oracle actually is.
Yeah, more difference.
Yeah, just there you go, more difference. It could have been just a different set of statues instead of the same
Something.
statues. Yeah, I would have liked that.
Double boobies again.
Yeah, double boobies
you
again.
You know.
Double boobies again. Man, what a string of movies. Species to Never-Ending Story. Who knew? Who knew? Atreyu does learn what must happen to save the Empress with a rather cryptic answer to Atreyu's question. You must give the Empress a new name. I should add an echo effect on there in post-production,
Oh,
right?
there we go.
But I can give her any name. No one from Fantasia can do it. Only a human child can give her new name. Give her this new name. That sounded weird. New name. You can only find one beyond the boundaries of Fantasia. If you want to save the world, you must hurry. Like, we've been telling you to hurry the whole
Yeah.
movie. You must hurry.
It's time to run.
We don't know.
That was episode 29, Never Ending Story. Kid games are over. Next up, episode 41, Hellraiser. in the morning or 1 in the morning,
Yeah.
and I was not ready for Jesus to come scare the crap out of me. How is Jesus the first thing that's going to scare me in this movie?
Jesus Cristo.
But it got me. It actually got me again today somehow, even though I was waiting for it in the light. But
Still got you. Frank heads into that room with Kirsty. And Kirsty seeks. I wish I could do like an auto replace like I do on the text stuff, so I could just replace all those Kirsties with Kirstys. Kirsty seeks cover amongst the clutter. No smell at all in that room. She's not repulsed by the smell at all.
No.
There's no smell. No smell.
No.
Bad news for her though. One of the corpses is going to spew a whole bunch of maggots all over her.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to watch.
So this is what, the first dude that got the hammer to the head?
I think so.
It's
It looked like
gotta
he
be.
had. Well, maybe it was the last dude. I kind of feel like he had a blue shirt on. That would have been the second dude. Whichever.
But it was one of these three that Julia killed.
Yes. I think it looked the most like the first dude.
Yeah.
He would be the one that'd be decomposed the most.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Any way you look at it, it was unbelievably hideous. He was just, I don't do well with bugs. I'm not a fan of that.
And somehow that makes no noise. So not only does she hold it in and not make a peep from that, she covers her mouth thinking she's going to, or that she made a noise, and then Larry Frank just walks out.
Right.
He seems like he heard something.
Right.
But he thinks it's from another room? I don't really understand that.
I would imagine hearing that multitude of maggots hitting a hardwood floor would sound much like a bag of rice being spilled.
Something.
Right? Something
certainly
similar
would make
to that.
a loud enough noise that you'd take one more step and see what's going on when you're trying to find this person to kill.
So there was actually a maggot and cockroach handler in this movie. Since the movie was filmed in England, there was a law that stated cockroaches of both sexes couldn't be on the same movie set, so they wouldn't create an infestation, so they couldn't reproduce.
Yeah.
And because Barker wanted to do it right, he hired someone who could manage it. He explained that they were all male, and we had a fridge. We chilled the maggots and the cockroaches in the fridge.
Yuck. That dude better got paid some good money.
I mean, if
not
you're
a job I want to do.
If you're a maggot and cockroach handler, I would assume that's a chosen profession.
Definitely a chosen profession, and I'm guessing a name your price situation.
He's probably the only guy in town.
Yeah, I don't think there's another option. Yellow Pages not looking like promising.
Yeah, my rate is $10,000 an hour. Sir, this is 1987.
Sir, this is 1987. $1 billion.
Frank leaves the room, though, after not really looking around. Like, he looked like he took, like, one step in and kind of, like, just leaned into the room.
Yeah. I know she's in here, but no, maybe she's not.
Exactly. And once he leaves, Kirsty immediately follows him.
That's what I would do.
She doesn't hang out.
That's certain. I would just get right out and follow the creepy man who I somehow was able to get leave the room.
Right. And she doesn't, look around at all.
No.
She just moves to the end of that banister. Just kind
of all the things in this movie, that's probably the thing I have the biggest problem with, because it just makes no sense. She goes out, and not only does she leave the room right away, she stands right out it in between that room and Frank's original room, and just sits looking over the steps with her back turned to the doors. What the hell are you doing?
And of course, Frank is hiding in his room.
Obviously. Why are you not trying to leave the house at this point? Like, okay, I can see the stairs and I can't see Frank. Time to go.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's a really good point. I wasn't even hung up on the fact that she stood there. She should have been full on sprinting out of the
sprinting.
Although those stairs, step.
She does. Yeah, she knows the pace is very slow, so she's like, fuck it, I may as well just stand at the top of these and hope that Frank slowly went down these.
Maybe she just has some short-term memory problems.
He
left the room, and she's like, hey, where'd you go? Where'd that guy go?
I mean, my memory might be wiped a little bit after some maggot situations.
True. Very, very true. Any way you look at it, it was weird.
It was weird. It was weird.
So Frank does surprise Kirsty, and he forces her into his room, because that's where all the action happens.
Yep.
Kirsty comes face to face with her father's dead body at this point, because she's figured it out. But it seems that Frank has trapped himself, which is the weirdest. He trapped himself.
Yeah.
So she, had no plan, did nothing right, and it still worked out.
Yeah. And then he says, you set me up, bitch. It's like, you actually kind of set yourself up, you doofus.
He really did, because those Cenobites appear. Frank gets all hooked up again.
Literally.
Yeah, and it's just, wow. The incredible body horror once again.
Ugh.
Just incredible body horror.
You set me up, bitch. I like how he has this big pause before he says bitch.
He really wanted to hit that bitch.
That was another one of them just like Larry bad acting moments for me.
Yes,
like
it was.
they just gave up and said, whatever.
Whatever, it's Larry.
I don't know why he keeps putting a pause in between up and bitch. I don't know. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
We're almost done. Wrap this shit up.
Jesus, dude. And his final line before he's torn apart.
Jesus wept.
That's pretty haunting, right?
It is pretty haunting.
It's
and
also
how does his teeth go rotten right
I
there?
don't know, because he does kind of have like, so Frank's character. So that was probably
Oh, right.
So that was probably Frank in prosthetics, the actor,
Right.
and the other one was Larry.
Right.
So, but you're right. His
No.
teeth were rotten the whole time. So Larry's teeth should have
been rotten. Okay. It does make sense to me now, though.
And the other haunting thing about that scene, especially when Frank licks his lips, he seems to be enjoying it.
He certainly seems to be enjoying it.
Like he's like,
so
he into this.
So yeah, he did want the box back to redo this. Is
To-
that really what it was? Like
to-
come back to do it all over again?
I feel like yes.
Holy crap!
Thinking about how much he enjoyed it at the end, like he wanted to rebuild himself,
Yeah.
and then do it again. So he did. Him and Julia, we found out that their relationship was very disingenuous. They were both doing it for their own means. Frank to just become whole, and Julia because she loved Frank, and no other
Right.
reason. So they do talk about escaping. And since he had no plans of really probably staying with Julia, that makes sense that his plan was to become completely human again, to open the box again, and re-experience all this stuff all over again.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Crazy.
That makes sense. And if anybody's interested in the Jesus wept line, I'm no Bible guy, okay? I'm not a Bible guy.
Not a Bible guy.
But it's referencing a story about a man named Lazarus who died. Jesus was late to visiting him, so by the time Jesus got there, he died. And Jesus was really moved by how much his family and friends were crying over Lazarus. And that's where then they say Jesus wept, and he went to Lazarus's tomb and resurrected him. So that's maybe the resurrection
the
tie-in.
resurrection is kind of what I'm thinking.
Where he wants to do it again
Yeah.
because he wants to experience it again.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that points towards his goal was to have this happen again.
How messed up your life has to be to get to the point where this is what you want,
I literally want to be torn apart and die.
and then do it again.
Please do it again.
Please do it again. Bigger hooks this time.
Bigger hooks if you can. That one that plunged into his spine at the end.
Oh,
And
yeah. I didn't realize how big it was till this final watch.
Yeah, and then
That's the one that's just huge, like
yeah.
it's like a boat anchor hook.
It's
or
literally
something.
right.
Oh,
yeah,
it's rough.
and that deep purple blood that comes out of it is just like.
Oh.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it, Trav. Kirsty hightails it out of there because that makes
Finally.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
And they tell her this is not for your eyes. Isn't
yes,
it? Pinhead says
yes,
something
this
like
is not for your eyes.
that. But she still doesn't run right away.
No.
It's like, come on.
And then as she's leaving the room, we see Frank get torn apart.
Get torn apart.
Just for a split second.
Yeah, and then she gets out of there,
Right.
and what does she do? She rests her back on the door for
Yep.
a little bit. Nah,
She's tired.
get out of there.
Come
You
on,
got
she's
plenty of
tired.
time. You'll rest up going down the steps, a minute per step.
Maybe
So
she's got a sciatica or
she's
something.
got a little sciatic issue.
Well, maybe if she hadn't waited, she wouldn't have run into the female Cenobite at the bottom of the stairs.
That's true.
Maybe. She's forced into her parents' room where she sees Julia flayed on the bed, holding the box. She takes the box, while Pinhead and the Lady Cenobite loom near her in the room. She tries to reverse solve the box,
No, don't do that.
which is one of the funniest lines in the whole movie. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Go to hell. Okay, he's going to. Just it's okay.
Yeah.
Kirsty sends them packing. I did like how Pinhead rose up behind her, like he was materializing out of the floor almost.
Yeah.
I liked that a lot. That was very cool. Steve is at the door, and he's there to help, kinda.
Sort of help, kinda.
One by one, she eliminates the Cenobites. And was it weird to you that the chattering Cenobite had that sheet over him?
Yeah.
Who
really
put the sheet on him?
Who the hell put the sheet on him and who took it off? That's the even weirder part to me, is maybe he found the sheet to be creepier
Yeah.
by covering himself up, but then it just arises off of him
Yes.
somehow from some magic aura.
So I like the idea of him being in that room and being like, "Ooh, I'm gonna scare her. I'm gonna put a blankie on my head.
Oh, I'm gonna put a little blankie on my head.
I'm gonna be a ghost."
I'm gonna be a ghost. I'm gonna be a ghost. Like, you're less scary when you cover up your face, right? Because you are horrifying.
You are horrifying.
Normally.
Horrifying. Steve and Kirsty, they have this final... You just listened to an excerpt from episode 41, Hellraiser. I hope it scared the pants off of you. Probably didn't, but maybe it did. Up next is episode 49, Predator. He's the Predator. So since the Predator also connects with Alien, because they've had movies together,
Yep.
Alien has its own Easter eggs that connect it to Blade Runner. So that would make it interconnected with an interconnected universe that includes all of the following films. All of the Alien movies, all of the Predator movies, all of the Die Hard films, Blade Runner and its sequel, and Commando. They all share one giant universe.
That's a multiverse I want to tap into.
That's a multiverse, isn't it?
That would be sweet.
That is quite the amalgamation of movies from the 80s to throw in there. It's very cool. And now when I watch these movies, I'm going to be looking for these Easter eggs. So I can't wait for that. Anyway, got him down, Mac. Mac got him down. So why are they actually there? What was with the second group of soldiers?
Yep.
There's no sign of them. It's likely they disappeared. Did the guerrillas do this? It's really impossible for us to know at this point. So Dutch orders his men to spread out with no sound because it's payback time.
Payback time.
Get that minigun out. Very excited to get that minigun
This
out.
is one of the sweetest things in cinema history, to see Ventura with this minigun.
It's unbelievable. So that gun is actually called the M134 minigun. That's used by Jesse Ventura. And it is not a real weapon that any soldier can actually use. It's meant to be used attached to a tripod on the side of a helicopter.
Okay.
The weapon alone weighs over 100 pounds and can fire up to 6,000 rounds a minute, making it impossible for any human to use as depicted in this film. Yeah, it's still really cool.
Super cool. Yeah.
We find out, though, that the group of men is being watched by who? By what? Suddenly, we're transported to a completely new point of view in the movie. In some strange heat view. Some would maybe call it heat vision.
Yeah.
The heat vision actually is not heat vision in this movie.
Okay.
The filmmakers attempt to use actual heat vision for the Predator. The specific camera proved impractical on location shoots. So instead, normal footage was made into a negative in post-production, and then exaggerated heat vision colors were added to create the effect.
Nice.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah.
Dutch and his crew are being watched, and they have no idea at this point. The reveal of the monster being so close to them is very intense, right? Like that he's right there on top of them, and we don't know. They have no idea at this point. The soldiers continue to wander the jungle looking for the guerrillas. They are being stalked by the Predator in a cool and efficient manner. Being well trained, it seems that the soldiers know that something is up. They kind of do keep looking up to the trees. You know, maybe that's just their training, you know, to look all around. But it seems like they're purposefully like out of the corner of their eye, maybe noticing something that causes their eyes to dart up.
Right.
Dutch's team finds that guerrilla base fairly easily.
Yep.
Very
easy.
Very easily. So they decide to blow it the fuck up. They use the catalyst of one of the guerrillas murdering one of the hostages that they have, just blowing him away. His brain's spilled all over the place.
Yeah.
I just really have to say one thing about this whole sequence is, God, I love the 80s. Because it's just, this is something that just makes you think of 80s action movies.
Oh, yeah.
It's just nonstop explosions and gunfire for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I love the distraction that that he provides, lifting that water pump truck up and just getting it to go. Like, it's just an excuse for Arnold to, like, show his biceps off, right?
Again. Like, for the second time so far.
Again. And he loaded it with C4.
He loaded it with C4 at some point, yes.
Yes, he throws a bag on there right at the very beginning. Unless you're really paying attention.
You got to really, really watch. But
The grenade launchers are very sweet. Well, the grenade do two of them have grenade launchers? I think two of them have.
Two do. One's using it as his main weapon, and one's holding two weapons.
Yes, he is. Yes, those two characters, Hawkins and Poncho, are very confusable.
Yes,
especially since Hawkins takes his glasses on and off throughout the movie.
Yep.
They're very confusable. When they're going into action, it's glasses on. When they're not in action, it's glasses off.
Yeah.
He even finds time to put them on when he chases down the hostage. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, when they get into this after he throws the truck in and explodes it, one of the first dudes that comes around the corner that Ventura lights up with that minigun just gets him like 20 times. Oh my god, that makes me think like Tropic Thunder got motivation from this movie to be over the top.
Had to.
Oh, that's so good.
Did you notice everybody was firing from the hip also?
Everybody is hip firing in the entire movie. Everyone. It's, again, another excuse to show off the biceps.
It is.
Not only are you hip firing the entire movie and not aiming, because you don't need to, because you're that badass. You're not using the strap. No one's using the strap either. So you don't even have it over your shoulder.
No.
You're just one-armed, fucking holding that like a badass the whole movie. Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
And you're the most accurate shot from a hip fire I've ever seen. You know, it's the total opposite of GoldenEye trained agents firing, aiming, and missing 100 times. No. 100% accuracy from Dutch and the crew.
Yes, even when, this whole sequence, Dylan looks like really scared the whole time.
Yeah.
And when he gets confronted by the one soldier that he kills almost in the whole sequence, he's literally just spraying his gun from side to side. It's just like, okay, man.
All right.
Okay. What did you think of the machete to the gut?
Interesting.
There's two instances of people trying to sneak up on Dutch while they're holding a gun.
Yeah.
Just shoot him.
Just shoot him.
Just shoot him. Arnold does have a good line, though. Stick around.
Stick around.
Stick around.
Yeah, I like that.
They all seem super invincible through that whole sequence, or maybe the gorillas are really bad shots, one or the other. Dutch gets a hostage, and it's a lady. Ooh, it's a lady. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just kill her in that instance.
I am too.
She's not one of the hostages they're looking for.
Right.
I mean, guess they want maybe some information from her maybe, but why not just, if they're not going to kill her, just tie her to something and then leave her there and get the information from her right there. Who knows? Dutch finds out that nothing is as it seems, and everything about this mission is a lie. The CIA is truly a shifty organization. The CIA and the Russians are like in bed with each other at this guerrilla camp. So
something big was going to go down here.
Yep, something was. Thanks, Mac. Time to get the men ready to move. There seems to be some stragglers at the guerrilla camp.
Son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
You're hit, man. You're bleeding.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Okay. You got time to duck?
You got time to duck? Oh, man. How many times you've said that line and not actually watch it in the movie? It just made me laugh every single time. I ain't got time to bleed. You're so nonchalant. All right, well, you are, so
yes.
Do you have time to duck?
And his okay is like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Who the hell is this guy?
Who is this guy? Dutch and Dylan have a pretty big confrontation at this point while they're looking through documents that are strewn all over the place in what would be probably the headquarters of where the guerrillas are at in this little village or whatever.
Yeah.
Dylan is in some really bad trouble at this point. You set us up. It's all bullshit. All of it. Dylan got them to do his dirty work, basically, when Hopper disappeared. He didn't disappear. You skinned alive. So you cooked up a story and dropped 6 of us in a meat grinder.
You're an expendable asset.
My men aren't expendable. So it's time to move out.
Time to move out.
Dylan wants to bring the hostage. She's his baggage, basically. You fall behind, you're on your own. I may be embellishing my Arnold lines a little bit, but I think it makes it more funny.
It makes it way more fun.
Dutch and his men are still being watched by the Predator, and he's recording their conversations, learning from them, hunting them, especially Dylan and Mac's interaction with the Scorpion.
So he's like teaching himself English?
Seems like it.
Because by the end, he can speak it, apparently.
He can, apparently.
Kind of.
Yes, which maybe I'll just skip to this part a little bit when her name's Anna, the hostage that they take, when she talks about how she witnessed this as a child. How long has the Predator been in their jungle?
Yeah.
Decades?
Yeah.
We don't know how long, like, the date of when he landed, when he was ejected to Earth.
True.
It's just a weird little tidbit that was in there. I'm like, how
Definitely
long
doesn't
has
really
he been
make
there?
sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah, especially with Dylan and Mac's interaction with that scorpion, the whole turnaround anytime, that comes back a little bit.
Yeah.
Their location is hot for pickup, so they got to make it to the border. So back to the jungle, through a valley.
And Billy wouldn't waste that on a broke dick dog.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is some sort of meaning behind that phrase, but this is the only time I've ever heard that phrase is in this movie.
Yeah.
Great for us. This is where the fun is really going to begin for the movie. So great for us that that's going to happen. Before they go, we get a second joke from Hawkins. You got a big pussy. You got a big pussy. The echo.
The echo.
That one's a little funny, but
why'd you say it twice? I didn't.
I didn't. It's the echo.
Because of the echo.
Billy loves it.
Yeah. And then you get that super weird predator hearing him laugh, and it sounds super crazy and maniacal.
And the predator obviously doesn't get the joke.
No, he doesn't get it.
As they leave, Billy is looking to the trees. He knows something is out there because, Native American.
Right. Obviously.
More heat vision as the Predator analyzes Dutch and company's handiwork at the guerrilla camp. Predator hand reveal and picks up that dead scorpion. So this is kind of the first time we get to see maybe what this thing looks like a little bit. In the jungle again with Dutch's team making their way to the border. Blaine and Mac, they take a little break. They share a drink. They're best buds.
You lose it here and you're in a world of hurt.
And the hostage tries to make a break for it, unsuccessfully.
Maybe she should be on a leash.
Just at that moment, Billy thinks he spots something in the foliage. What's got Billy so spooked?
He's been acting squirrely all day.
Dutch goes over and joins Billy. What is it? What the hell's wrong with you?
There's something in those trees.
He's right, it's the Predator. Time for the hostage to make a break for it again. See you later, hostage.
That was episode 49, Predator, and up next is the very sexual and violent episode 68, Basic Instinct.
Thanks, Jake.
But it is revealed afterwards, Beth knows Catherine, they met at Berkeley.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I'm telling you now.
I'm telling you now.
Maybe you should have told me like 2 days ago.
Yeah, probably should have told him about that. Yeah. All Nick wants is a cig, and he doesn't care about what he just did to Beth, which is insane.
Yep.
So she kicks him out. She goes, "It's in the top drawer of the foyer. Get it on your way out."
Are you a foyer or a foyer?
I say foyer.
Foyer,
I can't even
foyer?
say foyer if I'm trying. I feel like it's the foyer, people.
Foyer, it is a foyer.
In Minnesota, it's the foyer.
It is the foyer.
Back to work Nick goes. They made some calls to Berkeley. Some professor got killed with an ice pick in 1980. That is odd. No, in no way coincidental.
No way.
Some dudes head off to Berkeley to get some statements, and Nick is tasked with following her. You know what? We thought you did a really good job yesterday, so that's your new task in this assignment. You need to keep following her.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, you know what? It's time for a car chase.
I'm always down for a car chase. And leave it to Paul Verhoeven to put some nice action in this movie.
Dude, this had me on the edge of my seat.
Yes.
Like, I'm cringing the whole time looking at the double yellow
Yes.
non-pass lanes.
Yes.
Ugh.
It was very, very well shot and exciting car chase, if you ask me.
Really good.
Some really great stunt driving in a thriller. Like, this is supposed to be a dramatic thriller.
Right.
Not an action movie.
100%.
Right? And it was very action heavy in that sequence. And it was very fun to watch. I love the look of them racing through the California hills.
Yeah.
It's very 90s Hollywood, and I felt very nostalgic for the way it looked. I loved everything about that scene.
Definitely. And does it make any sense why she's driving this fast?
It's the game, right?
Like, she's fucking with him.
Yes.
She knows already that he's following her.
Absolutely.
I mean, I guess if she didn't in the first 10
Right.
seconds, she certainly did in the next 10
Yes.
seconds, because every time she makes a move, he follows. But just in my head, it's like, does it really make sense? But I guess it's part of the game.
It's part of the game, and
She's-
if he dies, he dies.
If it dies, it dies.
Which, when that bus hits that rear quarter panel,
Dude.
I don't know if that was planned in the stunt,
Right.
but dang, that was really intense and
Scared
really
the
cool.
crap
That
out
was
of me.
really cool.
Do not like that. But yeah, Nick ends up almost dead and loses Catherine until he spots her car in town and stakes it out.
Yeah.
why not?
Why not?
Why not? But it's hard to hide when you're driving an exotic sports car.
Yes.
So that is an issue.
Let's see, what do we got? Oh, there's that Lotus Esprit right
There
there.
is the only one of those. Like, she should have been driving like Ford Taurus or something.
Yeah, there you go.
But let's be honest, she wants him to find her.
Definitely.
Obviously.
It's the game.
It wouldn't be as much fun for her otherwise. So hours pass, and Catherine comes out of the house. So the game continues. Now we're on to a mini car chase.
Mini car chase!
And she gets away,
Yes, she does.
obviously. So we're back at home at Catherine's, because where else would she be going?
Honestly, he didn't have to chase her. He could
Didn't
have
have to chase her.
gone to her house.
Could have just went and waited for. There's no way she's not coming back to this $55 million mansion or whatever it is.
Right.
But she strips in her living room because, hell yeah. And holy full frontal Batman.
Like full frontal.
Full frontal.
Full frontal. That's a 90s thing.
That's definitely a 90s
When was
thing.
the last time you saw a rated R movie past the year 2000 that had full frontal nudity in it? That wasn't male.
Legitimately don't know.
Exactly. It does not happen.
No.
I feel like if there's full frontal in a movie nowadays, it's like automatic NC-17.
For sure.
I don't know how this movie did not get NC-17.
I agree, yeah. I mean, I can only think of TV shows,
Right.
HBO shows,
Yes,
not movies.
And they barely even do full frontal.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones is what popped in my head, and there's definitely full frontal in that. But
Right, yeah.
yeah, it's just interesting, an interesting dynamic in this movie.
Definitely. But yeah, that was an invitation.
Yep.
Nicky boy. One that Nick doesn't take yet.
Not yet.
But Nick heads back to the cop shop to look up Hazel Dopkins.
Because he pulled out her mail and
pulled
checked
out her
the
mail at
which
that
is a
little
federal
mailbox.
offense.
Definitely a huge federal offense. I got into a big discussion about that watching the movie. But that was the lady that Catherine met.
Yep.
And Gus shows up and tells Nick that the prof died in 1980 at Berkeley, and that was Catherine's counselor nonetheless.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens. She wasn't linked to the murder at all. She was not even questioned.
Weird.
Weird, very weird. And turns out Gus knows who Hazel Dopkins is.
She killed her family for no apparent reason. Her children and her husband.
Yikes.
And and on that screen it says she went to jail in 1956.
Yep.
And she got out in 1965. She was in jail for 9 years
for killing her entire family.
3 murders, 2 of them children.
Sure. Yeah. That definitely makes sense. So it's back to Catherine's house because, again, we are only in 3 different scene changes in this entire movie. Nick is just looking in the windows like a creeper, and then she comes over and he's like, "Am I disturbing you?" Like, yes, you are very disturbing.
You're being creepy, dude.
It's creepy as hell. Why don't you just knock? Like, I've let you in every single time. But Catherine lets him in and immediately says, "Let's go upstairs, Nicky boy." But not before Nick notices all the newspaper clippings of him on the desk. Creepy.
Very creepy.
Very. And he's the subject of her next book, a.k.a. her next victim.
Dun, dun, dun.
The plot thickens. And they go upstairs, and she just starts stabbing away at some ice.
I really thought she was going to miss and put it through her hand.
Oh, yeah.
She was doing it so aggressively.
So aggressively.
So aggressively.
And I know you're not much older than me, but was this a thing in the early 90s that every household just had a block of ice?
So
did they not make cubed ice in the early 90s?
He even says, "What do you got against cubed ice?"
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that because I'm too blown away by the giant ice.
And she says, "I like rough edges."
Oh, yeah. I remember that line.
But no, I think this is a throwback to like the 1940s and the 1950s where this is probably the only way to get your ice.
Sure.
This is obviously like an homage to those 1950s like detective noir films.
Yeah.
It has that same type of feel. So I think that's kind of an homage to that. I don't know if it is or not, but that's what I'm taking out of it because I've never seen anybody do that before in my life in person. Period.
In person, I've never even seen it in a movie until this point.
She's
like
stabbing the shit out of that ice.
Is this, why they have so much money? They're saving every penny where they can. You buy blocks of ice and a Kmart ice pick. I don't know.
Do you get the ice at Kmart as well?
I don't know.
Are they in the aisle together? The ice pick and the ice.
I mean, I love the shout out to Kmart. First job.
Sure. Oh,
Kmart.
nice. Kmart.
Love it. Anyways, she's obviously doing that on purpose to further confuse and seduce Nick.
because he looks aroused at her stabbing that.
Yeah. He's like, ooh, maybe you are the murderer, and I kind of like it.
Kind of like it.
But Catherine wants to know what it feels like to kill someone. She should know.
She should know.
But Nick definitely does.
Yes, he does.
So she calls his ass out. And he's like, it was an accident. And she's like, oh, was it, Nicky boy? 4 times in 5 years, all accidents. Maybe not the tourists, though.
Maybe not.
Maybe not the tourists. But Nick brings up Noah Goldstein. And that's where Catherine got the idea for the ice pick. Funny how the subconscious works.
That's what she says, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's just that's like on the nose.
Yeah.
Like on the nose. Funny how the okay, that's all right.
What about Hazel? All part of the research process for the book she's written. How convenient.
How convenient.
Yeah, doesn't she say, like, she's helped me with, like, homicidal tendencies?
Yeah,
understanding them. Like, yours? Or just in general? I don't know.
That relationship between Hazel and Catherine is very weird.
Very weird. She calls her honey.
Yeah, it's very, like, motherly.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's
right.
very weird.
Like she's her Padawan or her,
there you
ready.
go.
Like,
there you go.
But then Catherine goes straight at Nick and calls him Shooter.
Yeah, that's...
He doesn't like that.
He does not like
We're
that.
not talking about McGavin. We're talking about Shooter. And asks all about the blow he was doing and how he may have liked killing those people.
He did like it.
He did like it, but
Got
he
a
said,
little too
I
close.
didn't do it. He says about the blow. But in his wife, she had committed suicide because of the monster that Nick had become. He did not like that comment.
No, Nicky no likey.
Nicky don't like that comment, not at all. Before that, he was getting pretty turned on.
He was.
He was like, you can say whatever you want. And then bring up that ex-wife situation. Straight down. She knows so much about him.
So much.
And yeah, like you said, Nicky no likey.
Nicky no likey.
But Roxy shows up diffusing the situation, and Nick leaves.
We find out later in the movie that Roxy is constantly watching whatever.
Constantly watching.
So she was watching this happen.
Yes.
And she went in there probably because she could tell Nick was about ready to throw her on the ground or something like that.
Right.
Right.
It was about to get wild.
It was about to get very wild.
Yeah.
I hope you thought Basic Instinct episode 68 excerpt was very sexy, dear listener. Up next is 86. They Live, which was a very, very fun episode and happens to be the last episode of our little extravaganza retrospective first 100 episodes. So enjoy it. Arms himself, killing both the cops. You bastards die just like we do. Nada arms himself further. Now he's got a shotgun. That's great.
Yep.
And the police are coming for him. Nada enters a bank. Oh, my word.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
You know, for being such an iconic line, and I love the line. It's great. It's iconic. It's pop culture. Everybody kind of knows that line now. He delivers it so flatly in the movie. It's so very, very flat. It is obviously the most famous line, and that came from Roddy Piper himself.
Yep.
Obviously, if you've never seen the movie, but you should have seen the movie, everybody's heard of this. Ever since Nada delivered that line in the film, it's maintained life even beyond They Live, becoming one of the most popular and frequently quoted lines in pop culture. According to Carpenter, the line came straight from Piper, who kept a notebook full of quips like that to use in his wrestling promos. So that makes a lot of sense. Traveling all around the country, wrestling different people, those guys come up with a lot of stuff to hype matches and interviews. They have to come up with one-liners. Roddy had a whole book full of them, and he carried it with him. Carpenter explained he'd sit on a plane and come up with these things. He gave Carpenter the book when he was writing the script, and that was the best one in the whole book.
Nice.
I think he was wrestling Playboy Buddy Rose, and he may have said the line then. According to Piper, the line didn't enter the picture until the day they shot the scene, but either way, both men agree that he wrote it. So that's kind of interesting that Piper's got a little bit of a different account of it, but they could still be both right. Like, Carpenter could have had the book, and Piper was probably like, let's use this line, and I don't know. It's just kind of interesting that there's two different accounts of it. Who knows? It was a long time ago.
Yeah, apparently that line made it into Duke Nukem 3D after that.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it makes much sense to that. That's a lot. So let the gunfire begin in the bank. He's lighting up all those ghouls.
Oh, yeah.
If not in black and white, it would have been way more graphic, especially when that guy behind the counter gets like his whole body splattered against the wall. It's like, Jesus. One of the ghouls reports his description. Mama don't like tattletales. And then that ghoul teleports out of there. So, yes, they can do that all of a sudden. More cops arrive, and Nada leaves out the back. A drone in the alley spots him with a creepy snake light camera thing. You remember the snake light from the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, those things are everywhere. Got my dad one for Christmas one year. Snake light. Good job. There you go, Dad. And who are you, little fella? Come to show him where I'm at? Not nice. And then shotgun blast. And then enter human cop. Nada doesn't kill him.
No.
I mean, good for him. This movie could have taken a completely different turn.
Yeah, right.
But he decided, beat your feet, man. Beat your feet. Man. Smash cut to a lady in the parking garage. This sequence reminded me of the Terminator.
100%.
Obviously a direct lift of that scene. I mean, it's not a direct lift, but that is where the inspiration came from, because it's like the same era of cars, the same similar low angles on the cameras and stuff like that. So that was inspiration for this.
Yeah.
Sirens in the background, and now she's a hostage. She's not a ghoul.
No.
Nada tells her to drive not too fast. And Nada and his hostage eludes the police, which is interesting because he's just kind of ducking down, and there's lots of police coming by there. You would think that they'd probably stop her car just to see what's in it, but they don't. They escape. So they're in the car now. Just keep driving. Where am I going? Are you married? Yes.
Please don't lie to me.
No.
Live alone?
Question marks.
Your place.
I'd rather not do that.
I'm afraid I must insist.
And there you go. They're headed over to her place.
So we're at our new lady's place, and she's got some nosy neighbors that clearly are interested in her, so they're creeping on her all the time.
Well, they say hi to Holly, and the reaction of the second guy made me think that they're supposed to be a gay couple.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought.
I guess
maybe
I didn't even think of that.
Maybe I'm reading too far into it, because he's smoking the cigarette on the stick type of thing,
I did not catch that.
And he goes, after he checks out the scene when they go inside, he just goes, And I'm like, okay, so you're playing stereotypical gay couple in an 80s film? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Could be reading too much into it. I think they're ghouls, though.
Yeah.
I think they're ghouls.
Yeah.
Even though we never see that they are ghouls, I think they are ghouls.
I think they're ghouls.
Yes.
And maybe pull all the way out of the garage and shut it before you let Nada out. Maybe.
Because he comes out the same door as her.
Yeah.
Gripping her tightly.
They've never seen this mullet man.
He doesn't. They could have played it off a lot better too, where they could have gotten out of their own doors. But I suppose he didn't want her to run away.
I guess.
But still, that looks awfully suspicious.
Definitely. But yeah, he's holding her arm, guessing he doesn't want her to run. In the apartment, and Nada, Holly have a heart-to-heart. The glasses make you high.
It's kind of a weird angle on them.
Definitely. Didn't see it coming. But he's kind of loving the rush.
Yeah, he's into it.
But Holly comes on to him. Also a weird angle. I'll do whatever you want, whenever you want. Okay.
I'm not doing. Okay, lady.
All right. So Nada lays it out. He's fighting the forces of evil that he can now see with the sunglasses. Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
He's cuckoo. So she should put on the sunglasses, but she doesn't because Nada doesn't let her.
He just doesn't let her. It's okay.
You would think he would, but no, because she says she will just say she sees whatever he says she should see.
Boy, that's a tongue twister. Sorry for typing that one up.
So is Nada. He's afraid that he might actually be crazy and hallucinating, which is understandable.
Yes.
I would have forced the glasses on her just to make her, just to see if I was crazy.
That's what I would have done if I was in this situation. You got to put these on right now and tell me.
Now. So Nada passes out, and Holly gets up. Don't fuck with me.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, she's thirsty, all right. Go ahead. He's not unreasonable. He's sorry that he's even there.
Yeah.
Holly is the assistant program director at Channel 54, so Nana goes all in.
He's like, holy fuck. I can't wait to tell you this.
They're sending signals to the TV sets, and that gets him a bottle to the head and a trip out a window. And she fucking lays him out. And I like how that glass just shatters. Like, as soon as his head touches the glass, and he goes flying out that window. Maybe 40 feet, I don't know, maybe more, and then down a hill.
Yes.
But good news, everyone, he's fine. He's a wrestler. But oh my God, he should be gimping or
Like,
broke his arm. Have
he
some
landed
sort
on
of
his head.
cut, like dead. I don't know. But
that was quite the fall. Very funny. It made me laugh. I don't think it was supposed to make me
I
laugh,
don't think
but
it was
dang.
supposed to, but damn, it was hilarious. Just he's gone. Okay, well he's fucked. Nope, he's fine. So Holly calls someone, the police.
I mean, it's pretty ambiguous at that point.
Yeah.
Because she's not panicked.
Right, she's
you know,
not panicked. I'm all right.
We don't have the like stereotypical hearing the line also. Well,
Right,
you know,
right.
so it's not completely. We assume it's the police, but that's not completely evident.
Yeah. So Nana hides out on the hillside, his glasses still in Holly's apartment.
Yes.
And the police are on the way.
Yeah.
Finally finding some peace, Nana hunkers down in a tunnel and goes to sleep. Just
Like that. And it looked like in a very public, like highly trafficked area.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like some tunnel that goes under.
But
I don't
he's
know.
not suspicious anymore because
No.
he doesn't have the sunglasses. He doesn't fit the description.
It doesn't fit the
He's
description.
just everything else is spot on, but no sunglasses.
It's like if one of the ghouls ran across him. So he's got a giant mullet of blonde hair. He's buff as shit, and he's tall. No sunglasses.
No
though.
sunglasses.
All right, not our guy.
Nope, not our guy. So the next morning, he's on the move with a limp.
Yep.
So there it is. There it is. And at the construction site, he reconnects with Frank. Frank, I had a rough couple of days.
Don't let nobody see you. How many people have you killed?
They weren't people.
I don't want nothing to do with. I got a wife and kids, so leave me alone. Get out of here.
So Nana heads back up to the alley where he left the sunglasses, but the trash got picked up seconds ago.
How convenient.
Oh, so chase it down. So he does the next rational thing. He gets in the back of the garbage truck. You can barely hear it, but garbage guys are having a dispute resulting in the truck being emptied with Nana in it.
It's interesting because you can barely so you can kind of hear the beginning and how the guy's like upset about his working conditions, and then he starts dumping the truck, and then they're still talking and you can't make out what they're saying. So I put the subtitles on, and all it says in the subtitles is indistinct chattering, and I'm like, oh, come on, I wanted to see what they were saying.
Loud, indistinct chattering.
Oh, that's okay.
But his gamble pays off. He finds the box of glasses, doesn't get any more injured falling out of that garbage
Nope.
truck or anything, so he takes them with. But watch out, there's Frank with money.
And that's the cleanest garbage ever too, right? It was just
The cleanest garbage
just
ever.
paper and boxes.
Just paper and boxes. That's all people throw out nowadays.
Yo, 1 week's pay. It's the best I can do.
Nada does the glasses test. Frank's not a ghoul. Put them on.
Get away from me.
I'm trying.
Punch in the face.
I'm trying to save you and your family's life. Put these on or you're eating that trash can.
Come on.
And the fight is on. And what a fucking fight it is.
Man, like what a fight it is.
Was episode 86, They Live. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you tune in to the next exciting 100 episodes of the Overdue Homework Podcast.